What do you think of when I say hero? Maybe you think of doctors, maybe you think of athletes, maybe you think of a politician, or maybe you think of your parents. And that's all good. But why is it we never think of ourselves when we think of heroes? And I asked that question to a large audience, and there was a pause and kind of a nervous giggle. And I said to everybody, well, turn to the person next to you and tell them you're a hero. And so they did, somewhat grudgingly, but they did. And I said, turn to the person next to you on the other side and say, I'm a hero. All I heard was mumbling. Nobody wanted to say it. It made them so nervous. But here's the thing that you have to understand. There's a hero on the inside of you waiting to get out. First thought might be, who, me? I'm just an ordinary person. I'm not a hero. You know, Christopher Reeve, who played one of my favorite childhood heroes, Superman, once said that heroes are just ordinary people who, in spite of doubt and fear and not really knowing what to do, just go ahead and persevere anyway. See, a hero is just an ordinary person that does something a little bit extra. And you and I can do that. There was a man once named Nicholas Winton who was an ordinary person. He was a stockbroker from Great Britain. The year was 1938, and the world was on the brink of World War II. So you can imagine the tension and the fear that was running amok in the world at that time. Nicholas Winton, instead of spending 2 weeks skiing in the Swiss Alps, took 2 weeks and spent that time in Prague, Czechoslovakia. And out of that time, Nicholas Winton became responsible for having 669 children transferred out of Nazi-occupied territory into Great Britain. Now think about that. 669 children. One man that made that much of a difference in their lives. He was just an ordinary man, but he saw something and decided to do something. See, heroes a lot of times are just people who choose to not be a spectator in life, but to be involved and a participator in life. You know, I saw a video from the late 80s with Nicholas Winton, and he was in a large auditorium full of people, and he didn't know who he was in the room with. And he was asked about something by the moderator, the person speaking. And then the person speaking asked all these people to stand. And as Nicholas Winton looked around, he realized that these were the kids whose lives were touched by him. And now they weren't kids, but they were there with their families, and so their children were there, their children's children were there. But what he saw was there were thousands of lives that were touched because he chose to get involved in life and not just let life pass him by. You see, your life is like a rock that's thrown into the pond. There are ripples that go out and out and out. Every action that you do can affect somebody's life for good. See, heroes are not born of ability. They're born of availability. Let's make a decision that we are all going to be available to touch somebody's life with what? Just a little extra. Let's make a choice this week that we are going to do whatever that little extra is to help somebody and make a difference in our world.